Hello and welcome to our yearly Victoria free video to see what's going on. Now just gotta say quickly that Paradox has once again sponsored this video to look at the brand new DLC and what's new and what I like and what I don't like. Of course, I do have free reign to say whatever I want. That is always a stipulation for a sponsored video for me, so don't be too worried. If you've watched any of my other ones, you already know that I'm not afraid of criticizing the game even with the dollar signs in my eyes. But I have been sponsored to check out Shadows of Commerce. I do have to say, if you want to get the DLC yourself, it will be linked down in the description for you to get, and it does actually have some stuff that I already know I'll like. Oh, and whilst the DLC releases on June 17th, there is also a free-to-play weekend on Steam for the game June 19th to June 23rd, so check that out, link down below. But I wouldn't consider this a comprehensive review, more so just how much fun we can have in Victoria Free. So don't look for a big in-depth breakdown here. So Shadows of Commerce and the brand new update come with a lot of new things. One of the big ones being diplomatic treaties and also major changes to trade. Now, will I be heavily abusing these new mechanics? Potentially. But that's where the fun comes in, because today I'm going to play a little country down here called Greece. Hey, it's not much right now, but with the power of diplomatic finagling, we might be able to make Greece something a bit larger on the map. Okay, so I have no idea how the new trade even works. By the way, I have not followed any of the dev diaries, but I do know that there is now a world market, just like there was in Victoria 2. So as far as I'm aware, your goods now automatically go here and kind of just get traded around wherever they're needed. But to do that, I think we do have to build ourselves trade centers. So that's where our goods will go to. They'll send them off. We make money. Entirely sure. I've only played like a quick, half an hour to an hour of just a little game, just seeing what's new, what's brand new, and what can be abused. And oh, little Greece is going to do some abusing today, because our brand new feature that we're going to be taking a big look at today are treaties, our new diplomatic interface. I do have to say, these are pretty cool. I like it a lot. The only problem is that usually, we get these DLCs pretty early and they need a bit of working out. This definitely needs a bit of working out. There are multiple reasons for why, but we're just going to start off by begging the British for money. Just a little bit though. We don't need too much. About 10k a week should do nicely. But minus 217, the British don't really want to give me that money. So I will have to go ahead and sell my country down the drain for them to do it. See, there are plenty of things that we can give the British in return for £10,000 a week investment into our country. A lot of them could be considered useful. A lot of them are not useful. So I'll just go ahead and say I won't put any tariffs on certain goods. The British will like this quite a bit. Just plus 10 for now. We'll throw on no tariffs for goods that we were never intending to put tariffs on in the first place. We'll commit to having laws in our country, stay in our country, despite the fact we were all already going to keep them anyway. Something apparently the British do want is for me to remain an oligarchy, which, sure, I'll do that for you, Mr. Britain. You see, I am more than willing to sell out my country for an extra 5k a week for 25 years. We can even give ourselves a custom name for this treaty. There we go. This will go down in the history book. There we go. So we've committed to a whole bunch of laws we weren't going to change anyway. A whole bunch of tariffs. A whole bunch of no tariffs on goods we were never going to tariff in the first place. And boom, we now don't have to worry about money. And best part is, we can now just go ahead and just go talk to the Russians and be like, I got an idea. There we go. Another whole bunch of money from the Russians just to commit to have laws that I never plan on changing, at least not for the next 15 years. Now, this might seem a little weird, but it will come in handy in a second. Passing through some sort of colonial policy means that we can colonize. But we're not going to. You see, I'm so not going to colonize that the British are going to love and beg me not to colonize, even though I was never planning on doing it anyway. There you go. I'm going to promise not to do any of this colonizing, which I wasn't going to do anyway. That gives us like 147 points to work with and getting whatever we want from them back. I'll take those investment rights in the UK. They'll guarantee my independence, a bit of military assistance, and some money. All for what? Nothing. I wasn't going to go there anyway. Greece. part of the deal. Only big downside to all these treaties, obviously we're losing influence. We can get tech to get a bit more, but also as treaties run out, so we can actually go look at my current treaties with the UK, and you can see how long they have left. We can just withdraw from them and get our influence back. But obviously, for now, we're more than happy to lose the influence and take the money. Obviously, the big thing here is that we can now invest in the UK and start running some of our enterprises abroad. Okay, I've been formally invited to the British Empire, Great Britain's power bloc, which I'm going to say yes to because I do need the British help to get my land back from the Ottomans. Okay, our latest treaty with the British has now got ourselves a official alliance between our two countries, which is going to be very important as I now need to take a bit of land. Now, the British will be inclined to help me no matter what now, but we will have to worry about the Russians, who are currently leaning towards the Otto bros. I think we could wait around until they eventually go to war and fight each other, which will happen. Or we could just take the risk now and see what happens if I was to launch a little diplomatic play to get our land back. Okay, they actually got backed by the Austrians, which is a little bit of a surprise to me. I mean, they probably don't want too much of Greek expansion down here, but come on, guys. Okay, now whether or not we'll be able to win this, not too sure. Already made a save just in case. I'm not going to be doing any of the pushing because I don't even have an army yet, which is going to rely on the British. Okay, yeah, ran it through. Definitely wasn't winning that one, even with the British help. We're going to have to figure out this Austria situation. Okay, round 2 is looking a lot better. I got an alliance with the Austrians using the same strats we've been using so far, and then I just swayed the Russians with an obligation, and I think it's definitely going to be worth it. Do have to say, no matter what update comes out, war still sucks. And there we go. Look at all that nice land we just got. And also look at all these problems we just inherited. Our Greek swindling has gone well. Look at all the land we now own. I've stabilized the economy, the trade's looking good, and we've even swindled the 11k a week transfer of cash over from French in return for not colonizing Japan. Things are going great. There are a few things we need to sort out. Number 1, the Turkish people in our lands that we just took aren't too happy. Number 2, we haven't really done any overseas expansion, obviously down to the fact that we haven't, well, we've been promising not to. I'm going to try gamble here. I've only have a 60% chance that Brunei will accept that they'll actually give me a treaty port, which would be handy. And they declined it. Fortunately for them, I have a little thing called save scumming. There we go. Look at that. Greece has a empire. It's a very small empire. Very small, actually. Anyway, gonna break that treaty immediately and force them to be my protectorate. Now I have a land border. I can never really tell what's going on battle-wise, but I think we're winning. Hopefully there's a DLC at some point. They fix all that. But there we go. We now have our Brunei Protectorate. Very handy. Now, if you can't tell, economy's going pretty well. And we definitely have some expansion ready for the Ottomans whenever I see a good moment to really get in there. I'm gonna get myself an alliance with the UK, knowing that I think it's time we get a bit more land off the Turks. And I do think we're safe here. I don't see Austria even having, I'm assuming, no play over here, so they've got no interest. So we should be able to just get what we want and leave. Okay, Ottoman's back down, but Constantinople's back. What, celebrate? We'll throw the capital back on in. Just ignore the fact it's all Turkish people that live here. Okay, so the Greek state is actually doing pretty well. We're kicking between like rank 11 to rank 9 on the world powers right now, and the economy is gonna be starting to pop just a little bit. Okay, I was working up, you know, not expanding too fast, too furious, especially because we do have to deal with the rather unwilling population of Turks that we've just kind of captured. Okay, you know, we're looking pretty good. The boom is coming. The population is growing, but the land is stagnant. Honestly, with the greatest minds of our generation in the military, ready to conquer all the land we need, like General Evstastifos, and his personal life is no priority of ours. I'm pretty sure the Ottomans are probably going to back down here, but it would be nice if they didn't, because we'd get ourselves a lot of land. We've got a couple more cores over on Anatolia itself, but on top of that, the Austrians actually want to liberate Albania, which would be good. Oh no, they ain't backing down. They're not backing down just yet. Are they going to go for it? Okay, we're going in. Yeah, it's really hard to tell what's going on in battles, but all I know is that moving that way means we win. Now, I do think they have said they are going to work on the war at some point, but even though they have made some changes, and it is better than on release, I'll tell you that much. It's still not great, and I really just don't like the fact I just kind of have to watch. We joke about, you know, watch Big Arrow go in, win battle in Hoi 4, but this is... I could just go AFK now and I'll come back and have won the war. Or we're then immediately, obviously, going to go ahead and take out Albania. I was also keeping an eye on what the Turks are doing. I don't know why, but two Sicilies decided to help Albania. And the mighty Greek army, powered by opium and dreams, has crushed them. Just noticed that Australia seems to have had a bit of a native revolt. I feel like we could do something real funny here. Alright, 22 infamy just to straight up annex them. The Japanese may get involved. That's a risk I'm willing to take. Oh, they just weren't ready for the mighty Greek invasion, you know? That's stupid. Now, my infamy is quite high right now, so I'm not going to do any more expansion after our great conquest, but I only need one little state left over right here to take from the Ottomans to be able to form Byzantium. Now, good news, people are coming from far and wide. Actually, not far and wide, they're just coming from Germany to come settle in Australia. Pretty damn handy, as the one thing I was really missing out on was a lot of coal. Now I have tons of coal and tons of Germans to go get it for me. There is a mild bit of starvation happening, though. You know, you love the fact that no matter what patch or DLC you get with Vicky free, this just never gets sorted. Wait a second, New Zealand also broke free? If the UK doesn't manage to get that back, I might just have to pay myself a little visit. Because, you know, if it wasn't bad enough that I literally knock on your door every other day of the week, beg for money, I then also, whilst you're out, steal from you. Although, in all fairness, is it really stealing from you if you stole it in the first place? Okay, I think it's time we finally got what we need from the Ottomans here. It doesn't look like they're backing down. I do have an alliance with the French. They're coming in. We should have no problem, hopefully. No problem. And no amount of supplements and stealing we can do from the European powers is really going to help with that massive deficit there. But it's fine. As soon as we get the army demobilized again, it won't cost so much. And there you go. They already want a peace deal, which means I can go ahead and do it. Rome will rise again. Look at all those claims I just got myself. And look, we're Byzantium and purple. Just been stealing money from people, but you can also steal land from people. Macau is more than happy for a bit of military assistance and no subventions on a couple of my goods to actually hand over their little territory over in the east. Looking for an easy way to actually get your hands on Greenland. I've actually figured out if you just exempt Denmark from a couple tariffs, they're more than happy to do it. I promise to keep all the laws I'm already going to keep, and a couple no tariffs, which I'm already not tariffing anyway, and the US will just hand over Alaska. Now, I don't want to say art of the deal, but I do really want to know what those Greek diplomats are doing under the table. War there, I had France, Britain, and Austria on my side against the Egyptians and Russia over Crete, but they backed down, thankfully. It's actually kind of hilarious that I've become such a powerful beast down here, both in the diplomatic game and militarily, and then you look at Germany. Haven't accomplished anything. I do not know what they have changed with the AI, but the colonies are now colonizing. The Hudson's Bay Company has a colony over here. Really weird, actually, because I don't know if they exist or if I'm just reading this wrong, but obviously Canada has formed now. And, yep, well, they're just hanging out down here. I mean, maybe it was just literally the company, the Hudson's Bay Company, but it was obviously a chartered company that has just then gone and colonized, which is kind of cool in a way, but also it's really funny. And yeah, we've also just got like this British company over here that's just chilling, going, you know, doing unspeakable horrors in the colonial game. You know, for a nation like Byzantium, it's just hilarious that we even had the momentum to have a anti-Dutch league. What have they been doing down here? I think we send this one out with a bang. Our final fight with the Otto Bros. I think they'll probably back down from this, but if they do, they will straight up become my Protectorate, which means I think we get the final laugh. Oh, they did not back down. That is going to be something you're going to regret. I wish there was something more interesting I could really be saying or showing right now, but we were winning. Oh, yep, that was an wasn't anything too difficult. And might as well finish it off by forming my own little power block, because I completely forgot that was even a thing. It is a little bit annoying that when I actually did my peace conference with the Ottomans there, just because I have Protectorate means I couldn't actually return any of the other states to me, which is, I don't know if that's how that's supposed to work, but it's dumb. But I think we are more than done here. It's been a pretty fun game, mostly just abusing the AI. I do like a few of the new things that have been added, that's for sure. The new world market, way better than what was there before. If you don't want to have like an extra menu to look at in Vicky 3, and that's one of the reasons you were kind of put off, this makes it way better. I even had to look at my trade the entire game. Now, of course, I do think they're probably going to rework the way that the treaties do actually go through when, you know, once everyone finds out how broken they are, that's for certain. But I reckon they're probably still going to be pretty damn useful. At least I hope they do keep them to be pretty useful. And I know this feature is mostly going to be the most fun you're going to get out of this is in multiplayer. So I do hope they give you a bit of leeway in the dumb stuff you can do with the AI, like buying Alaska or Greenland. But, you know, maybe getting free money from the British and French and Austrians and Russians the entire game wasn't 100% necessary. And now there are still loads of things I don't like about Vicky 3. One of them obviously being combat military and stuff like that. If you're looking for you know, anything changes there, it's definitely not there yet. They've made some better like controls, I'll put it that way. The strategic objectives do help in kind of guiding the army in the direction you want to go now. You don't just kind of have to randomly stumble around on the front line. I think the best thing as well is that armies don't teleport anymore. They actually do have to go where, you know, they have to go. So if they get pushed out, they'll go into the sea and then have to move back around. That's good, because before, if a front would split or something like that, the army would just teleport back. A bit annoying. Although that was only, I've noticed, for like coastal things. If you get an encirclement, I don't know if you can actually encircle armies or stuff like that, or if they'll teleport back. I haven't tested that out, but they have fixed it a little bit. Don't take my word for it, just from what I've seen. It was a little bit better. Now, do I think I'll be playing a lot of Vicky 3? Not too sure, but I do like what they have done. The world market, 100% way better. The new treaty stuff, pretty damn cool. A lot of fun stuff you can do in there. And of course, I have been sponsored for this video, but I think I've had my criticisms definitely the same, really. You know, the one thing that I really disliked about Vicky 3 is it kind of felt like you were just in this menu the whole time, microwaving, making sure that your economy isn't exploding. This game, for the fun of it, and the first time ever in Vicky 3, I didn't actually have to just stare at this menu, which was really damn good. So I do think it's going in the right direction. Whether or not it's going to get there fully, I think the one thing they really do need to hammer out now is actually just fixing the AI in single player for one, because come on, what is going on? No, we don't even get a Germany spawn or a US, actually. Like, what's going on? Actually having the AI be a bit more, you know, doing something would be great. Have a bit more like have that dog in them potentially, but and the warfare, of course, was another thing we've also critiqued and I'd like to see improved upon. But for now, this is the best we've got. The DLC was pretty good. I like it. It's definitely going to be very broken, though, I could tell you that much. So yeah, if you want to get it, link down below. Maybe go back, check out Vicky 3, see how you like it. Let me know in the comments down below.